seconds remaining.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WEC LAN Finals here. It is, of course, the first game, first series, Hyper Glory team versus Newbee. Thanks so much for joining us here on Beyond the Summit 2. My name is Maud. With me is 1437. How you doing, Theban?
What up? I'm looking forward to watching the TI4 champions return to playing on LAN.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Their new roster, well, newish roster, as they have Rabbit or Shout2G joining their squad against Hyper Glory team, a team that we haven't seen too much of. Obviously, they failed to get into the International 4. They failed to qualify, but they have the Legends ESMJ. Well, they're up against the TI4 champions, like you mentioned, and we'll see how things go. Brewmaster, Shadow Shaman, good start for Newbee already. Batrider and Doom on the other side of things. Now, remember, guys, this is a best-of-3 series, so hopefully we have some interesting action back and forth, and maybe even get to a third game. We'll see. Good bans and good picks so far, though.
Yeah, I think so. All these heroes are tier 1 heroes after all. Batrider, we've seen the resurgence in that hero in the eastern scene and the western scene. I'm surprised with the Brewmaster pick. I didn't think that we would see that hero come out so quick for Newbee because Moop actually has a very large... I can't say large, I guess, but he has like a good variety of mid laners that he can play. Like he can play TA, Death Prophet, Viper. I've seen him play before. Like all the really strong current mid laners he can play on mid. And when you pick Brewmaster, you're kind of saying that, you know, you won't have this carry hero on mid, and you're going to try and go for the mid game push with Shadow Shaman and Brewmaster. They can control team fights very well. Yeah,
it's a different style. You mentioned the TA as well, and that is one of his trademark heroes, so we'll have to see if it pans out for them. And, you know, you talk about a wide variety in hero pool, and you can say the same thing about Hao as well. I've seen a lot of Sansheng, though, and he's been playing, like, Earthshaker and maybe, like, one other hero other than the Earthshaker, but he's been playing a lot of it as well, so... not that their supports are limited. Sansheng and Banana are both extraordinarily strong. Rabbit plays a wide variety of offlaners. Batrider being one of his most recent. Doom as well, but they're both gone. HGT, go ahead and pick up both of those. So, for the Doom and the Batrider obviously all about getting that early Blink Dagger for Doom. We'll see where they put him. Maybe in the off lane, maybe in the safe lane. If they put him in the safe lane, then you're kind of prone to being aggro tri-lane, which is the problem. So, we'll see how it goes. And the next couple of bands coming out as well with the Centaur, Enchantress, and one more. And I want to ask you something. A lot of people, especially in the Eastern scene, you know, obviously you being an Enchantress player, put an emphasis on banning this hero, or at least making sure that other teams don't get it. What do you think about this hero right now, Enchantress?
Enchantress is one of those heroes that you really need to know what you're doing with it and how you're going to approach the game. Sometimes you can totally control the early game for your team, and you can just make them snowball out of control, and some games you will miss out on your first 1 or 2 ganks and you can just completely fall behind. But the thing is, Banana is probably considered the best Enchantress player in like the whole world or something, and or Newbee's Enchantress, I should say, is more like it. The way that they play with the hero is just really efficient, and he makes a lot of very good ganks with Enchantress. If you saw the bans at TI, majority of the time this hero was gone in the first phase against Newbee,
and that just speaks volumes for Banana. Like that's insane that they'll just pick this hero and just say, listen, you're not getting this. And you're right, you have to be really solid with just knowing where to gank, when to gank, and a lot of people in the Dota scene currently don't have that, whereas Banana, one of the best. So
and more than half the teams at TI weren't even picking the hero. Like it wasn't even part of their hero pool, you know. So
10 seconds
it's a big deal when that hero gets banned out like that.
Yeah, whatever works for you, I guess. And Enchantress does. Won't be in the game right now. They'll have Shadow Shaman, Brewmaster to start things off. Earthshaker is picked up by Hyper Glory team, which I mentioned being one of Sansheng's go-tos nowadays. But no, it's going to be not available as the Earthshaker goes to HGT side, which a lot of really strong heroes currently in this metagame going to the side of HGT. I like their draft thus far. They won't have that much early game aggression because of a Doom. He just doesn't really do much until he gets his level 6, at least in lane. And that's one of the problems. You could theoretically put him against mid Brewmaster, but we've seen less and less mid Dooms nowadays. Let's see what the next pick is.
Yeah. I would like to just see the Doom go into the off, and I think mid Doom against a Brewmaster won't be so fun for him. He would get a lot of XP against the Brew, but the Brew is just gonna basically get every single last hit. Panda just loves to lane against any melee hero really on the mid lane. He can completely destroy them.
He's got a good attack animation, good damage, and clap as well, which is ridiculous when you think about it. But
oh yeah,
looks like, I mean, theoretically could be a mid lane invoker, or it could be a side lane invoker as well. We've seen Moo play this from time to time, so we'll see what they want to do with their lanes. But I like the invoker pickup here. You have Frost Shackles into a Sunstrike, very solid. HGT pick up the Ancient Apparition right afterwards.
Yeah, this means that I think HGT have a chance to even go like aggressive slash dual roam with their heroes now that they have a Earthshaker. I think Shadow Shaman is a very easy hero to kill in the early game, and if they do some kind of dual roam against this, they can really punish Newbee's lineup right now, because actually Invoker and Shadow Shaman are sort of in the same boat when it comes to how weak they are in the really early game because of their movement speed, basically. And yes, let's just that's what I was thinking when I saw this Invoker and Brew together. I was like, maybe that's a Rabbit Brew, and if they pair it up with the Lich or something and throw it in the offlane, they can really control this offlane. I think Lich Brewmaster is one of the strongest offlane duos you can possibly get, especially when the Lich scales Frost Armor at like level 2 or level 3.
Yeah, and you just can't deal with him. Brewmaster becomes tanky, and all of a sudden your lane gets really hard. Plus Frost Blast on top of that, the fact that you could spam that out. And Lich in the offlane with another hero works pretty well, but you mentioned Lich Brewmaster. I'm excited to see this. We don't see dual lanes too often, and it might not be that just yet, but I think this could work well.
Yeah, I think with the mischance, and this makes it so that Hyper Glory team sort of have to go into a dual roam slash aggro try. I think like you can't just lane against the Lich Brew. I don't think they're gonna get so much out of it. Even if they get like one kill, it just won't be enough. And the more levels that dual lane will get, the more difficult they'll get for HGT.
Level 6s early on Newbee's squad would not be good. So Hyper Glory team are like, listen, maybe we don't touch that. Maybe we go somewhere else. Maybe they just try to get some farm elsewhere. But for now, the last band's coming out, Weaver, and one more from the side of Newbee. I mean, I like the idea of the Lich Brewmaster. We have to see how effective it is. I think it could be really good here because of Sacrifice, because of Frost Armor like you were talking about. But I still like Hyper Glory's team. They have a pretty solid lineup. I think right now the problem is their damage from their Doom is going to be coming out. That Rider, if he has an early Blink Dagger, will be good, but it has to be early. Otherwise, it's going to be problematic. I don't know. And it's not like AA plus Earthshaker and Doom is all that good if that's their tri-lane. I mean, Earthshaker right-click, Doom right-click, not the best in the world with Chilling Touch, so we'll see how they pair things up here with this last hero. So, 13 seconds left in reserve time. HGT thinking about it in depth.
I was actually thinking that maybe they would want Weaver for themselves, but they actually banned it out. But, yeah. TA. Yeah. Okay, it seems that they want to lane the TA against the Invoker, preferably. And it does decently against Brew if the Brew does go mid, like for some reason, because the HGT picked a TA. It's a hard matchup, but I think TA can do just fine against that.
Yeah, TA pretty good against the Invoker. I think Invoker, though, played by Moo, should be okay. I think obviously it favors the Templar Assassin in both matchups, but you can still shut her down, getting some good roaming ganks, especially from the Shadow Shaman, maybe which doesn't get involved too much. But the early level 6 from Brewmaster is going to become a problem if that's the case, so we'll see.
This carry hero coming out from Newbee, it's going to be really important, I think. They might have wanted something like a Morphling, like so that they can do like, Shadow Shaman, Invoker, safe lane, Lich, Morph mid or something against whatever mid laner HGT pick. But because after the Lich, they picked an AA, probably they will try to stay away from that. It's something that Newbee have ran many times before. But, okay, Sark, alright. A hero who does well against Batrider, and he can remove the TA refractions. So, which is a really important part if you're gonna play against TA. So
I'm excited. We don't see too much Slark nowadays.
yeah, the problem with Slark is like there's so many spells on HGT that totally destroy him. Like there's A ult. Earthshaker has 3 spells that go through his through Slark's ultimate. Like it's AoE disables. Then there's Batrider with Firefly damage, and then you got Doom. So I'm not so sure that this Slark was the best pick, but obviously if Slark starts to snowball early, it's really difficult to
10 seconds remaining.
kill him later on. So I would say that
5
HGT,
seconds remaining.
they really just need to not feed early game, and if they get through like the first 10-15 minutes with like normal farm and their laning stage goes well, they're gonna be in a really good position.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll see how things go. I mean, the Slark pickup a bit interesting, but we'll see how it goes as we move into the game. Oh my god, I got disconnected from the game. That's awful.
I got disconnected too.
Hold on a second. Hopefully we'll get back into the game, guys. So just chill for a second. And this isn't a good sign. It is the first game, and it is Perfect World server, so we'll have to see if it goes well as we jump back into the game. Please work. Please, servers, help us.
I'm in.
Nice. Is it lagging? Because it was lagging for me a ton when I first joined.
Not sure actually.
It's kind of bad, but it could be worse, I suppose. Alright, well, that's fine.
30 seconds to battle.
I'm fine.
Yeah. Alright, so going through the rosters real quick for your defending champions, Newbee. They'll have How. He'll be up on the Slark in the top lane. We'll have Banana there with him on the Lich. In the mid lane, it's going to be the Brewmaster played by Xiaotuji or Rabbit, and then down bottom and dual lane with Mu on the Invoker side lane, and then Sancheng as well on the Shadow Shaman. So they're not going to go Brew Lich. They're going to go Slark Lich instead, which I think is an actually pretty decent dual lane as they head top. But it looks like HGT have figured this out. They'll send the AA up top. That's Duyu. He'll be on the Ancient Apparition. We'll have ZSMJ on the Doom. Looks like mid. I don't know that name. That's a bunch of Chinese characters, so I didn't look into it beforehand, unfortunately. Bottom, Icy, and Pretty Haw as well. Earthshaker for Pretty Haw, and then Icy playing the Batrider. So dual lane versus dual lane, 2-1-2 is going to be the case, and Newbee up top should have an interesting time.
Yeah, I think so. This dual lane benefits Newbee a lot, I think, because Doom really doesn't provide anything in the laning stage, but it seems that he's just gonna jungle a bit, give A some solo experience. The key in the top lane is gonna come from the pulls. If the A can get 1 or 2 pulls in and they get like the XP advantage, then it's gonna be really good. Oh, actually, How
might be in trouble here. They don't
got
disable, but he's getting body blocked right now. He has Essence Shift, like you talked about, taking a lot of damage. One more right click, and it will get the first blood. Oh my god, ZSMJ with boots. The body block, like you mentioned, Essence Shift skilled up first for the Slark. Disastrous.
Oh, that was a very big mistake coming out from the Slark there. I don't think Essence Shift for like 2 hits is worth it at all. It's probably, you'll deal more damage with the pounce for sure. And Icy, wow, with the dual lane bottom, getting a kill on the Invoker. And like we said, the Shadow Shaman and Invoker, 2 very slow heroes. And they even started out with boots as well.
Yeah, so they're off to a rough start right now. You talked about it. This dual lane's though.
Batrider also started with boots. So.
Yeah, and it's actually paying off for them. You don't really expect a Doom in the top lane and a Batrider bottom. Well, maybe a Batrider bottom to be so aggressive, but all of a sudden it's working out for them. They get 2 quick kills. They're laning pretty efficiently, and even in the mid lane, the Templar Assassin has about 6 last hits, so having a pretty great time here.
Oh yeah, I think with such a good start from the TA, she's gonna do just fine on mid lane. And Batrider again getting another kill on the Invoker, but are they even gonna get the kill on the Batrider here?
No, pretty awesome. He has no Fisher. Yeah, he's gonna die to the creeps, so he will split the gold, like you mentioned.
Right.
Aggressive play coming out. They will get a return kill, but still a really good start again for HGT. Something that I don't think we expected here, but we'll see how it goes. And Vizrin for Xiaotuji too.
And now the Lich actually had to rotate all the way to bottom, which means that they're basically given up on the top lane altogether. It's important that he went down there because if he didn't, I don't think the Batrider would have died, and they would have just got a free kill on the Invoker. But yeah, that level 1 Essence shift really hurting them.
Yeah, so now Hao is pretty much in an off-lane role completely.
Yeah, and A is gonna get so much experience.
Yep, he's already working on stacking. He'll probably be pulling in the next couple of moments here. Mid lane matchup going okay. Actually, now Brewmaster has almost tied it up with the TA, as you can see.
But there's 8 denies on this TA,
yeah,
which is a pretty big deal, considering that Panda has none.
Yeah, that's a bit of a problem too. And right now, I mean, that's just going to make his experience just suffer. You can see right now, the TA is doing pretty well though, with 400 gold in the bank.
They're
swing out.
Yeah, HGT is actually doing a really good job at splitting up the experience. Like, because the Lich rotated to bottom, the Batrider just went to the jungle immediately, stacked up a camp, and he's about to hit level 5 right now. So they're doing some very good movements considering Newbee's reaction to how the early stage went.
Batrider stacking or having his jungle stacked for him as well. So he is rotating back bottom now. He's level 4. He's got a lot of gold in the bank with his, of course, Tranquil Boots already. So he's doing pretty well for himself. There's nobody bottom right now currently for HGT. So Moo gets a chance to free farm here. Top lane. It looks like they did rotate the Lich back in. So they're ready to go here with Banana. They're helping out Hao. He is getting some decent CS. In fact, he's leading the way with 21. Even after his first death and maybe some aggression put on in the other lanes, he doesn't seem too distracted by it. He's doing well. And for now, there's a way back in this game. A couple of early kills won't matter if they can get into the game in a couple of minutes here. So,
yeah, the problem with the first blood was that the Doom used up all his mana, and then the A went to pulling a bit. So the Sark came back with full everything and just, you know, though in the 1v1 matchup, it's really difficult for Doom versus Sark. The Sark is obviously gonna have his way.
I'm pretty sure that Lich tried to TP bot but canceled it for whatever reason. Maybe trying to help out Hao top, thinking that there might be a problem. Or it was just accidental, I'm not sure.
Oh.
Either way, not that great. Coming
Shadow
through.
Shaman.
Yeah, he's caught way out of position here. Icy coming through with Firefly. He's going to sticky napalm. He will connect with it. Fisher just missing, though, and Sansheng should be all right. So the pull will go their way, but not the kill.
That was a free kill they just missed out on. Because the Shadow Shaman has such low MS, as soon as he gets stickied up, there's no way that he was going to get away alive.
He should fall there 9 times out of 10. But the Fisher was missed, so unfortunate. Sansheng's going to roam on mid right now. Let's see if they can get a kill in the TA. They do have an Observer Ward up here on the high ground, the dire side, so that should be pretty helpful. Banana's going to throw a sentry mid. They have a trap here as well, so they've scouted this out clearly.
Yeah, that trap watching the Lich will make the TA play back just a little bit.
He's going to get thunderclapped, but just a waste of mana as the refraction is there, so not too bad for this TA. And yeah, the trap helps out a ton, and you're just going to have a trap there 9 times out of 10 if you're a TA anyways, so. Well, 6 minutes into the game right now. ZSMJ is farming pretty well, though. 28 last hits. He might be going for a Midas. He has a Gloves of Haste and a Phase Boots right now, so yeah, he should be getting it.
And that Midas is going to be the difference between the Slark and the Doom. He's going to be getting so much more farm, even though they have the same... Oh, Pounce missing a bit. Yeah,
that was a nice play from ZSMJ to dodge that Pounce, and a bit of the damage from the Dark Pact as well.
To be honest, if he hit that Pounce, I think the Slark might have just died, because he probably would have thought that he had enough damage to go for the kill. The Earthshaker was there, and the Doom still had a few more charges left. Probably was better for Hao that he didn't hit that Pounce.
Yeah, absolutely. Would have stayed.
Radiant's bottom tower
but
smoke.
Yeah, the smoke bin now, and they're looking for a kill here. But this is a very interesting smoke. This tower is essentially just taking free damage. Top dive going through. There's going to be a Doom on Hao right now. ZSMJ will not chase. Hao in some trouble, and he should fall to this, but there's no rotation. No one going to deny. Wow. They get a free kill, but they're going on mid right now. Let's see if they can get the kill on the Templar Assassin. There's the Sunstrike, the clap as well. Easy kill coming out now for Newbee.
Wow, I still think that benefited HGT so much more. Like, even though it was a start for a TA, this was like a kill just from a Doom alone, and they needed to devote a smoke and 3 heroes to mid lane to get that TA.
Yeah, right. And you mentioned was there a canceled TP top that could have denied?
Right.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
The Shadow Shaman canceled it because they wanted to get the kill on mid.
So that's 2 canceled TPs in the span of like 2 or so minutes, I think.
Right. Because they used the smoke, it was better to get that kill than get the deny anyways. So It's a pretty big deal though. The supports on
Dire's
Newbee are
top
really
tower is
suffering
under
right now.
attack.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing is also,
Well,
Ice is
actually,
getting
as
close
I
to a
say
Blink
that,
Dagger.
the Shadow Shaman has like mana boots, but that's also because he started with boots, right?
Yeah. Not getting that much farm, but really the key is for him to get level 6, as it is for any Shadow Shaman, so we'll see if he can get that in the next couple of minutes here through a kill, maybe through some farm in the mid lane, or any lane that they gave him experience in. Banana also getting kind of close to 6, a lot of that coming from Sacrifice. No Ice Armor early on here, just Frost Blast and Sacrifice coming through. Another Smoke expended for Sansheng and Banana. We'll see what they can get done with it here. They're going to head to the mid lane. Templar Assassin might get caught out. Nice Hex coming through from Sansheng. There's the Shackles. Sunstrike, will it be enough damage? It actually misses. Fisher comes through, and of course Thunderclap from Rabbit can't get off, and even at a DD as well. Now running back in is the Templar Assassin, but decides to get away, and they realize that there's a couple heroes here. They might even just try to force down this tower. 4-man aggression from Newbee.
Panda's got a Blink Dagger, so they actually can try to pressure up this tower a lot. They can deal like maybe 75% damage to this tower as soon as this Blink comes in, but yeah.
They're just backing off for now. They're waiting for the Blink Dagger to get there, like you mentioned. And we'll see what they can do.
I mean, that tower is like full health, and they still have glyphs, so it's rather difficult to just take it in one shot.
If they get a kill, I think they can maybe take it outright, maybe 2 kills potentially, but they're going to head bottom instead. They're not going to try to pressure that tower. They're just going to roam to the bottom. They don't have another smoke on them. They do, but it's actually on cooldown for another 23 seconds. They might use it. They're going to take the stack first and foremost, and that's going to be with Sansheng and Rabbit as well. So that'll provide level 5 for Sansheng and almost level 6 for Banana, and those teamfight ultimates are going to be there momentarily. But on the other side of things, AA is level 6, and on top of
that's
that,
really big.
Pretty Hall is close.
Right. Newbee haven't even taken a single tower yet. Actually, they haven't even damaged so much on bottom tower either. Yeah. So this A ult is really going to wreck Newbee if they go for a push right now. And that's a third smoke.
Yeah. So they're not going to find anybody here either, which is the problem. Everyone's in the mid lane currently for HGT or top. So you can see S is just sitting across the map ready to throw his ultimate out if he sees any action, which I really like. If he throws this ultimate mid, it's going to have a nice radius, and it should get a couple of maybe kills. Potentially it's going to get some Ice Blast Frostbites going, but they're going to wrap around bottom lane. No, Rabbit thinks better of it. Instead, he's going to head towards this mid tier 1 tower, and they're going to try to find a pickoff, but no such luck there, and that smoke wasted. So a lot of the time, Newbee have spent off the map.
Wow. Using his ult to pick
Dire's
up that
bottom
haste.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's a short cooldown, minute. Not that big of a deal, I suppose. Unless
Yeah,
he gets
I
caught
guess.
out in the next minute, that would be kind of a problem, but...
Yeah, and looks like the smoke gank was a bit of a waste. Well, they got a positioning advantage by wrapping around the bottom tower. They don't know if
Dire's
Newbee had...
structures are
I mean,
fortified.
HGT had a ward there or not,
Dire's
but...
bottom tower
Yeah,
is under
seems like
attack.
they will try to fight them, and big ult coming in.
Zoom on Rabbit, though, going through to start the fight. There's the Shockwave as well. TA's running in. There's the Frostblast. Meld Strike obliterates the Lich. 2 down. The double kill coming out for the TA. Newbee getting chased down. Moo in some trouble. No Ghost Walk available. No points in Wex, obviously. Force Spear going to come out. No Ice Wall either. He gets brought down, though, and absolutely obliterated. Icy with a double kill. 4 dead. HGT, Hyper Glory Team, going to town on Newbee. 2-8 right now. A huge fight for them.
The way that they executed that defense was just absolutely perfect. They even defended the towers, which they can actually
Radiant's
deny
bottom
if they want
tower
to
is under attack.
as well. And on top of that, they're
Radiant
gonna get the
structures
tier
are
1 instead.
fortified.
And Newbee can't even get anything.
TP coming through.
Actually, never mind.
Clapping to split, but did it do anything? Dark Pack's going to go. They know where the Templar Assassin is currently, but they're not willing to... Can he dispel magic that?
I don't think so.
Meanwhile, there's the dust coming in, so now TA in some trouble. Dark Pack going through, taking a lot of damage, will fall, but the Ice Blast flying as well. Fisher, Moo in trouble, gets hit up with the Ice Blast and the Flame Break. They'll back up pretty hard.
Firefly.
No clap coming
Icy's
through.
in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, Icy's caught out of position. It's on cooldown, as you talked about. There's going to be the Sunstrike off the mark, but the Pounce is not. They get a couple of return kills, and they get the tower. In fact, it's not even dead, but they will get the deny on the tier 1 tower for the Dire team, so...
That was actually a pretty impressive defense by Newbee. I think a lot of teams in that scenario would have just abandoned that tower altogether. Like, HGT had 5 heroes surrounding that tower. But Newbee made the call to TP and Panda and Slark and just go for it. And HGT trying to save the TA ended up giving up the Batrider as well.
Yeah. 2 pretty important kills, I think, for Newbee to get back into this. They got level 6 on the Shadow Shaman. He actually used wards as well in that last engagement, I believe. I don't know where, but he did. You look at Lich, he should have level 6 as well. Did not use Chain Frost, in fact. It's still ready to go. On the other side of things, they're just going to ball
that
up, it looks
was
like.
top lane. He took the top tower.
Oh, with the Serpent ones, yeah, there's no tier 1 tower anymore, so that would make sense.
Right.
Oh, drum build coming out for the Templar Assassin phase drum, no surprise there. Speaking of drum, Doom picks up one of his own. He has a Midas as well, so he is going to get some pretty nice gold here in just a couple of seconds. You have Devour, you have Midas together. That's a lot of farm coming out for Doom. So he'll be, you know, itemized pretty quick in this game.
Yeah, I think this Doom is going to be
Radiant's
rather
middle
difficult
tower is under
to
attack.
deal with quickly.
Yep, they're smoking. So Newbee, with all of their smokes expended in the early game, they're on the receiving end of them now. And we'll see if maybe there's a catch out coming from the side of Icy and HGT. They're going to Firefly. They see Moo. Last is going to come in a second.
Is so big.
Sunstrike's going to miss. Nice step to the side from
Lich
Icy.
TPing
Ice
in.
Blast coming
He
through.
canceled.
Lich cancels his TP. They throw a trap actually at the spot where he was TPing into, I believe. Now they're looking for the tier 1 tower, and they should find it here. Nice pick off and nice tier 1 tower on top of it all.
That was 2 TPs
Radiant's bottom
that
tower
Newbee had
has
to
fallen.
cancel as well. So they actually lost quite a bit just from that play.
Fisher coming through, blocking 2, and Sunstrike's going to come in. Doom up on How now. Nicely done. Coming in. There's the clap
Nice
split
clap.
as well. It gets in right in time. TA getting shackled. Cannot refraction again. She's done. Echo Sled coming through, but it will be the loss of the TA. Now there's the Frostbite coming in. The Chilling Touch. And of course the Cold Feet, but no latch there. Pretty Hot in trouble. Taking so much damage from the Pounce and the Dark Pact as well. 2 down. None killed on the side of Newbee just yet. Sunstrike coming through with the Cyclone. Nicely timed. Beautiful play. Rabbit and Moo combining up to grab a huge kill.
Oh man, that was a really poor decision coming out from HGT there. You know, we saw this against, what was it, Titan versus one of those teams where the team just completely ignores the Panda and goes for like the other heroes, and then you see the Panda just blink in, clap, ult, and just completely destroy you because, you know, you just don't ignore Panda. And that's exactly what happened there. They ignored Panda, got clap, double ulted, and everything just fell apart from there.
Yeah, it's nice that you Doom Howl, but in that situation, meanwhile, Rabbit jumps back in to save Sean Sang.
Oh no, this
Ice
AL.
Blast, he's done. Oh, he gets killed on the blast, my god. Just destroyed.
At least they got a little bit back there. I think the right play in that scenario is they defend the tower, then they go into Roshan or something. And you fight around with the Batrider ES and the A instead of trying to ult the full health Doom and hoping for the best by trying to kill him. They are going for the Roshan now, but already they've lost a lot just because of that play. They lost tier 1 mid and 3 heroes died. And now they're fighting without Doom mana, so this is a pretty big deal if they do it.
Yeah, there's this nice observer ward right near the Rosh Pit. Both of them, in fact. There's the Cliff one and there's one in the mid lane for the Radiant side. And they're actually just going to say, listen, we don't have vision here really that we're comfortable with. We're going to back out. And that's the smart play, I think, as well, like you talked about. I think also, at this point, ZSMJ's Dooms, if you Doom a Brewmaster or if you Doom even Howl, like you saw in that last fight, they're pretty tanky, so it's not really going to take them out of the fight. It'll only take them out of the fight for a couple of seconds where they can't cast their abilities, but for the most part, you're not going to nuke them down unless you catch them really out of position or get a lasso on them.
To be honest, I would rather just doom the Brewmaster above everyone else, because the split is what's going to deal the most chaos in these fights. Because the Slark, you can actually deal with him because you have Earthshaker, Batrider, and AA. All these heroes can do damage to him even if he ults. So I think he's a bit more manageable than the Brew.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. I do like what Newbee are doing as well. They're sitting around, they're farming up as a team. They're kind of spread out, whereas you see everyone is pretty much mid here for a Hyperglory team, other than the Templar Assassin who's farming up in that top lane. Now it looks like Newbee is starting to come together. Yeah, HGT will smoke up, try to find a kill. Maybe go for a Doom on How.
Oh, here we go.
Fisher's going to go Doom. Yeah, lasso not even needed. How gets obliterated. That's a nice pickoff.
Yeah, it is. It would have been a bit difficult if Panda was nearby, but he wasn't, so good for them.
Yep. Nice pick. And
one smoke for one Slark.
Worth it. Let's see if they go in the Rosh Pit or if they try to do anything else with it here. Nope.
The only problem for them is that this ward on mid from Newbee is really owning HGT.
Yeah.
It's giving them so much information that lets them farm mid so safely. Of course, that's also the reason why the Sark died there, but one death is not a big deal for how much information that ward has been giving.
I actually love this ward right now. I gotta start using that ward more. That thing's ridiculous. Firefly coming in. They will see Icy above the tree line. Jump in. Lasso on Banana. Rabbit jumps in as well with the clap. Split now being used. Sunstrike will connect. There's the Chain Frost coming through. ZSMJ now in some trouble. Locked up with the Shackles coming through. Nice Cyclone. That'll be up with the TA. The Serpent Ward's coming down as well. ZSMJ getting overrun. Scorcher keeping alive, but not long enough. Meanwhile, jumping in. The TA in trouble. How pouncing and getting the kill. Up in the air with the Cyclone. That's going to be the Brewmaster as well. He'll come down in just a moment, and he should be in trouble. Echo Slam first. Pounce coming through. How's in his ultimate now? He's regenning up a little bit. Nice and champ, but no. Rabbit not connecting with the clap. He will jump forward. He's going to try to right-click clap and 8. Now there's going to be another pounce. Pretty Hall gets brought down. 4 dead. Hyper Glory Team now getting overrun, and a huge victory coming out for Newbee.
What was that? Were they smoked behind the Lich? Like, just went full YOLO onto that Lich?
Yeah. The Firefly came through, and he thought he wasn't seen, and then he lassoed Banana. And then Rabbit reacted accordingly.
So quick on him, so that slow really wrecked the Batrider. If they get the pick off, then it's fine, but yeah, that's kind of rough.
Did he have his 4-staff? The Batrider?
Yeah, he 4-staffed,
Okay.
but he was already slowed by then.
Yeah, and that becomes a bit of an issue. And then they just fought under the tower. They absolutely wrecked ZSMJ and the Templar Assassin as well. So another good fight going to Newbee. Despite having a bit of a rough start, you look at it right now, gold's actually going back in their favor. In fact, it just jumped up to 2,000. Experience-wise, 4,000 going to Newbee, so all of a sudden they've got this little bit of a lead here.
Invoker is also going to get out of hand. I mean, like, if you compare Invoker and TA's farm, I think this Invoker is going to pull ahead rather quickly.
Yeah, his Midas is starting to get into play. He's got Necro 1, Necro 2 is almost on its way, so...
Yeah, I think the biggest problem right now is the Earthshaker's farm. It's 20 minutes in and he's nowhere near a Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
And that's really key if they're going to try and win this game, I think.
And you got to give credit to Newbee as well because they're stifling HGT's Roshan advantage. Not that they have a good lineup to take Roshan, because they really don't, but Newbee's just making sure they can't even get into the pit, let alone take it. Top lane, they might find how. They have Doom, they have Lasso. Lasso comes first, Doom as well. Pact. Yeah, the Dark Pact, that was a nice play from Icy to wait and watch for the Dark Pact. How gonna get caught out with this AA blast, and he will go down. Banana, no time to deny. Nicely done from HGT. A nice little snipe there. That'll help them out in the long run.
Really sucks that How is getting caught out a bit like this, but it feels like HGT, they're not really doing anything with the pickoffs. Like, it's one kill, but I mean, you need to do something more with it, I feel like.
Yeah.
And whereas Newbee, whenever they get this one kill, they just, absorb the map really well, or they go for a push, or they start planning out for their next move already.
So, we'll see how HGT gets back into this. I don't know. I mean, they can't take Roche, really. They don't have a Roshing lineup. They can't really push any towers, because they don't have that at all either. That's the problem, I think. They don't really have, like a Serpent Wards. They don't have, like, a Death Prophet that can push towers or do Roche quickly, They have Refraction and Meld Strike, but no Medallion to help out as well, so it just feels like they're limited in terms of objective taking, and Newbee's just going to choke them out as the game progresses.
Yeah, I think Newbee's their experience is really showing against HGT. Like, HGT were in a really good position, but Newbee just taking the perfect fights to get back in this game properly.
Yeah. Necro 2 finished up for Mood 2.
Yeah, Moo and Rabbit, they're really carrying this game right now.
Yeah, they are the two top in net worth right now, other than obviously the Doom, who's first. The Agnum Scepter is also done for the Brewmaster, so all of the havoc that Rabbit was causing beforehand in these fights is going to be amplified, so...
Oh yeah, for sure. I think HGT, they really gotta get this Doom on the Panda, or I'm not so sure how they can live through another team fight. Yeah. And that's the other reason why I was talking about the Earthshaker Blink Dagger, because if it's not the Doom, then at least the Blink Echo will be something that they can hold them down long enough to get, more spells on to the Panda.
Maybe even set up the Doom if they're having trouble catching him out.
Exactly, because the Doom, actually, never mind. The Doom did go back for the Blink Dagger, so it's good. So he does have the idea of actually dooming the Panda.
Yeah, he's about to blink in right now. In fact, Icy goes first. Doesn't get a lasso. Gets hexed up immediately. The clap coming through as well as the split. ZSMG. ZSMJ is down. In some trouble here. He can't find a target to Doom like you mentioned. TA will grab a kill on the ledge. Fisher block coming in. The Panda's doing some work there. 2 down. Pounds just connects on S. Now he's trying to TP away. No such luck. Bowl to the back of the head. Right click. Double kill for How. Easily done for Newbee yet again.
Wow, too easy for Newbee. The Batrider went in. He couldn't get the Firefly on the Panda, so the Panda got a blink off. And the Doom didn't see the Panda in time either to get the Doom off. So, like we mentioned, as soon as this Panda gets ult off, there's no way HGT can win the team fight. Like, it's actually just over for them.
It's almost ridiculous how well Rabbit's playing, and pretty much just because of his R button. He's 3-1-10 right now. He's only got 1, so.
Yeah, he is an absolutely ridiculous player, I think. I might even say he's like the best player in China or something.
So you think that Newbee's a lot better off now that Xiaoit is gone and Rabbit's on the squad?
That depends. I think Xiaoit was more of like a leader than like a very super strong mechanical player or something. But Rabbit has like perfect game sense and he has really strong mechanical skills and he can play any hero too.
Yeah.
But I'm not so sure how good of a leader he is.
I think when you look at LGD at TI4, a lot of their victories came through Rabbit, I think, in his play. So we'll see how they do now. In fact, they're trying to find a kill up in this top lane, and they may find the TA. They don't get the Dark Pack pounce off. Fisher's going to come through and block for a moment. But now you can see that Newbee, they're looking to pressure, whereas they've kind of just reacted. Meanwhile, Pounce coming through, Sunstrike as well. They find Pretty Hall. There's going to be the Hex up as well. They will grab the kill. Blink, Lasso, move 4 step forward. They can't get the clap on him. Split still ready to go. Doom is going to be up on Rabbit. It does go. How? BKB still has the Aegis, trying to take down a couple heroes on his own. He gets 1. Double kill coming out from Moo. Now, that's the Forge Spirits doing work. How? Getting caught out. Can they try to turn on this? Rabbit says maybe. They have Aegis, and now HGT will back away. They've only expended the Aegis now. How gets up, and they're ready to go for round 2, or just trying to take this tier 2 tower.
Yeah. And the only reason why that fight even went decently is because Rabbit couldn't get a good clap off, so he didn't go for the ult at all.
Long range Shackles coming through. Chain Frost, Refraction, making sure that does nothing. S getting chased down. Meanwhile, tier 2 tower still taking some damage, but not really anything to worry about.
Yeah, they still have Shadow Shaman Wards and Panda. They can still go for this tower. I think it will.
Super Ward's coming down. Icy TV's in though. Primal Split coming through. They're going to try to re-engage here. Pretty Hawk getting caught out. Yeah, he's dead. He gets obliterated. The Fisher not doing much there. Cyclone up in the air. TA in some trouble. Gets caught out. There's the Hex coming through. ZSMJ runs in as well. No Doom. Icy has Lasso in 1, but the TA in so much trouble and about to fall. No, nice Refraction coming through, but only keeps her alive for a second longer. Icy on the retreat. And HGT, every fight they've taken for the past 10 or so minutes, they've lost. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. You can tell how much damage the Brewmaster started doing. Like, the ES completely melted with the Brew and the Slark on top of him, and same goes with the TA as well. He even had like 2 refractions in that fight or something.
Yeah. He did not survive very long. They just nuked him down so quickly that this TA is now really just not effective at all. You see the BKB obviously, and that's about all she's got in terms of her itemization. So bit of an issue.
Earthshaker's still 500 gold in this game. This is so rough to watch when an Earthshaker is so poor. Like, they spend so much time trying to find like this one single kill on How or something like that, that they didn't take the time to farm up the core items on their support hero. And it's really costing them a lot now.
I think one more fight and this might be it for HGT here.
I think so too.
They're just really in a difficult position.
Well, if they lose a fight outside of their base, then with Necro Books and Shadow Shaman Wards, it's definitely -1 side of Rex. But I don't think HGT will give up or anything like that just because one side of Rex is down.
Yeah.
In their minds, they still have a very strong team fight with Earthshaker, AA, and Doombringer having Midas. Of course, he can scale rather well. It's gotta be demoralizing though, I think, for HGT to lose this many fights in a row, and just
it's something that you worry about. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. They've still got a couple of minutes before Roshan is up, so no sense in trying to go there. I love the wording coming out again from Newbee because they have the entire jungle just absolutely zoned in. They can see exactly what's going on. They know exactly where HGT are, whether they're mid lane, bot lane, or top lane. They have a pretty good idea at the very least. So,
so I got some word on the other game that's happening. Apparently, EG got completely stomped.
Really?
By VG, yeah.
Wow. I was not expecting that.
Panda, Shadow Shaman, Pugna, Doom, Push.
Really? So that game's over already? Is what you're telling me?
That game's over, and it started after ours did.
That's ridiculous.
So, yeah.
Well,
it is the best of 3 after all,
exactly.
right?
I mean, EG still have game number 2 to kick into gear.
Exactly.
Is this double elimination or single elimination? I'm curious. I think it's just single elim. I'm not 100% sure, but Doom has the blink dagger. I'm interested. He actually went for Ensnare rather than grabbing a Centaur Conqueror to get the stomp. So they wanted that stomp initiation if they try to catch somebody out of position. So
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They're going to try to take this 2-2 tower bottom as well, with Rabbit leading the way. And they're going to grab it real easy. No problem there. And Hal will get kill. They'll back up. He's got an ultimate orb. Potentially a Scotty coming out for the Slark, so we'll see.
Yeah, Newbee just getting all their items, and this game for them, it just feels like a walk in the park at this point. I don't like, even though they were behind a bit early game, and Hal was feeding a little, I don't think they were ever worried at any point.
Yeah.
Because like HGT, I just feel like they don't have the right calls coming out for them as to how to approach the win. They have good heroes, they farm decently, but it's just the game plan just isn't there.
Structures are fortified.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I feel like they got a bit flustered as well when they started winning some fights, and then they started taking every fight instead of choosing which fights to take and when to leave a hero to die.
That's a really good point, because where would they be at now if this Templar Assassin had an item of more, or had a BKB earlier, or this Earthshaker especially, like you talked about all game, had this Blink Dagger.
Or exactly, like all those items are so key, and it all started with them dying bottom, the TA Bat Rider. Oh, looks like Rabbit actually getting caught out with the Doom here.
I saw his TP canceled. I wonder what was happening to him, and that was it. He's done, and that's actually a dominating streak going to the Ancient Apparition. So a bit of gold going his way, and they can't push in top, more importantly, because they have no Brewmaster right now. In fact, How TP down. He's alone, but he was smoked up. He was ready to go, I believe. He's ready to fight.
Oh no, ZSMJ, where are you going, man? You got a BKB?
Frost Blast coming in. Serpent Ward Trap as well. ZSMJ in some trouble. Chain Frost as well. He will BKB, but it will not save him. BKB for Hal as well. Pretty Hall getting caught out. There's the Sunstrike to get vision on the high ground. Hal's still chasing. No pounce for 2 seconds. There's going to be the Echo Slam not doing much. That pounce will connect, and Pretty Hall will fall. So 2 quick turnaround kills.
That's like the worst thing that could have happened to HGT. He uses his 10-second BKB, and then the Earthshaker dies with 1,200 gold. This game is looking really bad.
It's just like Newbee's just like, listen, I know you were close to your Blink Dagger, but you're not getting that at the end of this game. It's just not happening. So.
No, I love to let you finish your Blink, but
but no,
it's not happening.
Oh my god, this tower's gonna get denied too. They just can't get anything going for him right now, man. That tier 1 or tier 2 tower gets denied.
Yeah, and there it is.
BKB. Icy looking to try to lasso somebody. Hasn't found a target yet. Now we'll find somebody. It is Moo. They obliterate one. That'll be the Shadow Shaman. Moo gets fallen second. Banana in trouble. He's going to get caught out. Now the cold feet. Right click. Icy with a double kill. So maybe not taking the best fight. Newbee lose 3. Good turnaround for HGT. And they're going to push straight down mid to try to get this tier 1 tower.
That was just really cocky by them. Like, they walked to mid lane without Shadow Shaman wards, without a Panda, who's like the key teamfight hero, and without Lich ult. Like, Whoa, what do you think they were trying to accomplish by getting on mid lane? I know they have necro books, but it's just not enough.
Yeah, and this will provide the Templar Assassin with her Desolator as well. Sansheng actually buys back as well. Rabbit jumps in, he claps as well, trying to get the split off. Meanwhile, Rabbit, is he going to get doomed? No, he gets the split off. Pretty Hall in trouble. Now, Templar Assassin getting chased down, as well as the Bat Rider Icy as well. Cycling up in the air. Meanwhile, they will catch up the Templar Assassin, body blocking her, or, well, just make sure she doesn't run, as she has Meld Strike up and ready to go. There's going to be more Dark Pact. Disable
so
magic.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
If you saw what happened there was the Earthshaker got the fissure off on the Panda, but the Doom was blocked off by the fissure. He couldn't get in range to cast the Doom. Had he casted Doom on Panda, they could have actually won that fight.
Yeah, that's, well, at least there's no split coming up for this push to the high ground right now. They have no TA though, which is the problem.
But they have Shadow Shaman wards.
That's true.
Necro Book 3s. I don't think this is something that HGT can fight so easily against. Earthshaker, of course, still only 1,000 gold. Oh, I see.
X, Sunstrike, they don't even need it. Right click coming through is just enough. Hal gets Ice Blasted, so does Rabbit, but they're really concerned. He will have to buy back. There's the Super Wars they were talking about. Necro 3 up on the high ground as well for Moo. He's got a Blink Dagger too, and an Ultimate Orb. On top of that, he has a lot of abilities, at least for his Exhort. No real WEC abilities just yet. I mean, they're not going to do that much at the very least. Meanwhile, Tier 3 Tower about to fall. Do they go in again? They have split up in 23 seconds. They also have, well, wards are going to be up in 80, so those are going to take some time. But looks like they're just going to take the Tier 3 and back, maybe even into Roshan. There we go. Rabbit starts tanking it.
At least they don't lose Arax. And maybe they should try to fight this. I mean, they do have Bat Rider AA, so...
We got Tesla now, too. But Newbee, no, they have great coverage with this Observer Ward.
And Newbee don't have the damage to do that at all, like Roshan, as it is. Stark, not really a Roshan-killing hero.
Yeah.
And there it is, his Scotty is in.
Just as the TA gets her Desolator, the Scotty arrives for the Slark, so... Again, another bit of an issue there. And now it's the onus is on Newbee to maybe just try to get Roshan, try to get another objective, or even finish off that set of racks mid. They have the item advantage, they have the advantage in general, but HGT aren't going to allow that to happen. They're going to smoke, and it looks like they might just go straight into Roshan here. Again, they have the Desolator for the Templar Assassin, so now Roshan isn't that big of a deal, but it looks like actually the Elementals were in there for a second as well. Oh, Smoke of Deceit. Gankmoo runs right into them. Nice blink away. BKB. Big Doom coming out on Rabbit as well. There was no Echo Slam. In fact, he just used it and missed. ZSMJ going to town. Buyback from Panda, jumping right back in. Banana throws down the Chain Frost. There's the TP coming in from Rabbit. He might split here. We'll see. 1-for-1 trade. ZSMJ goes down. Meanwhile, there's the clap coming in. There's the split as well. Nice force def away coming out from the Ancient Apparition. Pounce will connect on the Templar Assassin. Will she have buyback is the question. It looks like no. She will lose some gold here. Up in the air now, Cyclone is going to be the AA. He's going to fall as well. And the TA going down on top of it all. Double kill for Hal. 3 dead. Big fight going for Newbee. Big buyback as well for the Brewmaster.
Yeah, in those scenarios when you go all in, we need to check the gold on the Panda. Because like they invested so much just to kill that Brewmaster. But when you're this far ahead, you're typically going to have buyback.
Fisher comes
through. Made out those spells.
Oh no, Pretty Hall, you are in trouble, my friend. You're gonna go down.
Why?
He's dead for 40 seconds.
He will not finish Blink Dagger by the end of this game.
The story of Pretty Hall's Earthshaker.
Like this game must be so frustrating for HGT because at some point they did completely wreck Newbee bottom lane and they could have easily snowballed from there, but just a few wrong calls were made and everything just fell apart for them.
Rax is now, looks like the second one is going to be taken. Icy will jump in on Hal. They will grab the kill. He's down for 78 seconds. So Newbee now on the retreat here. Sansheng does get the Serpent Wards down. Will he focus on the Rax? We'll see. It looks like they're just going to right-click him down. No reinitiation from Newbee. They'll head back either towards Roche Pit. Well, without Hal, it might be difficult.
Yeah,
or they'll head back home.
Again, they still don't have the damage for this. There's no minus armor coming out from Newbee, and that hero just, I mean, Roshan just has too much health. But they do have a split again.
Yeah, they're ready to go.
Oh, there it is. Here we go.
They're going to get the courier as well. Primal split coming through. ZSMJ in trouble. Deafening blast. Gets right-click down. He's done. Pretty Hawk gets chased as well. Force Staff not into the base. Force again, this time to the side. He is going to fall, though.
Okay. He hit an all-time high at 1400 gold and then died.
You're just following this Earthshaker around, man. You're just like...
It's really sad to watch when Earthshaker can't finish, his Blink Dagger by the end of the game. I've been in that position before. It's really frustrating to play when you can't finish your Blink on Earthshaker.
Has Fog been in that position? Do you flame him if you can't finish that Blink Dagger?
Fog? I don't know. I don't think Fog or I have ever been in that position when we played for Navi US, but like, a year or two ago, probably I was in that position.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I've learned how to get my Blink Dagger.
That's actually like the pub stars, like, that's one of their biggest problems with an Earthshaker, just never finishing the Blink Dagger. You just get rolled over. Yeah. You try to fight too without the Blink Dagger, and you're just like, listen, I'm going to get my Echo Slam off.
Yeah, from like 8 minutes to like as long as it takes me to get Blink, I'll just farm or, take some creeps here and there, no matter what.
How is man moding right now in S, and he actually will not get the kill. He has to pounce and Dark Pact away, but Lasso's going to go. He does pop the BKB, but against Desolator and Melt Strike, he's taking a lot of damage. Ice Blast coming through. He will survive for the time being. Now Tornado coming and will connect. That'll be on the Earthshaker. Sancheng, though, he's in trouble. Melt Strike takes half of his health. He does fall. He tried to get Serpent Wars down. Did not get it. They will get Roche. Who's going to take the Aegis? Take the Aegis. Echo Sled coming through. ZSFJ! Rabbit does pick up the Aegis finally. Now, Doom is up on Rabbit, however, so that'll be a problem until they at least get the kill here. Meanwhile, jumping in, Deafening Blast yet again. There's the Chain Frost. Pretty Hawk dying to the Moo. Forged Spirits now. Templar Assassin taking damage as well. Cold Snap coming through. Now she's got to use Melt Strike. Double kill for Moo. And they should be able to move up to the high ground here once the Ross is back up for sure. Well, what a fight. I got really scared for a second. I was like, are they going to get that Aegis?
Yeah, it was pretty funny. He was taking some time to drop or sell his item or whatever it was. And the Doom actually had a slot to try and take it, but I guess he was misclicking a bit. Yeah. And that's it. GG. I think HGT, they showed some signs of brilliance at some point, but not really making the right calls. And you know what? When you're playing against TI4 champions, you're going to feel the pressure, man.
Yeah, absolutely. That was... Yeah, the pressure came on definitely right after... I think it was when they TP'd bottom, and there was that fight where it was like a 4-man wipe on the side of Newbee, and then Newbee TP's back in. I think that's when the tides had turned. For,
Are you in the game?
I'm in the lobby currently.
Okay. All right.
I didn't want to let anything bad happen, especially after that first debacle. So just to keep you guys informed... there was an error loading the game, and I got kicked out of the lobby.
Yeah, we were watching from Total TV.
So nothing I could really do about that. Hopefully it works this time around. I'm in the lobby. We'll have live coverage. I apologize profusely. Thebe had nothing to do with it.
I'm like, hey, game started, man.
I'm just like, oh my god, no.
What? I'm not in a lobby. What are you talking about? Game started.
We may do. Luckily, it's a best of 3 series, so we have at least one more potential game coming through. And then we'll have the series afterwards as well, which not sure which series we'll be doing, but we will cover one of them. And guys, thanks so much for joining us here on Beyond the Summit 2 for the WEC coverage. Game number 2 is going to start just in a moment. Again, my name is Mott. With me tonight is 1437. Go ahead and follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/MottDota, twitter.com/Navi1437. And we'll jump back into the next game in just a moment, guys. Stick around.